It was tough, though. It's crazy now. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't realize there was a front seat to a pickup until I was 7 years old, right? Yeah. You just sit in the back of the truck with the dogs. That's how you got to town. If you got in trouble, you had to sit on the spare tire. You're jumping around back there. Now, if you don't buckle your dogs up, you go to jail. It's crazy, right? It's like one of those things. Like, we were basically free-range chickens until I was 17 years old. There were no rules. There was no 80 pounds or this high and sit in a car seat. And there was none of that when I grew up. When I was a kid, I saw my dad cutting the seatbelts out of one of our pickups. As a child, very curious as to why he would be doing that. I was like, Dad, how come every time we get a new pickup, you always cut all the seatbelts out? He said, well, son, you remember when we put your bike together, we had all those extra parts? That's all these are. Just extra parts. I was like, Dad, how come the Ford Motor people keep putting them in if we don't need them? He said, well, son, years ago, these people in Washington called Democrats, they decided it was a good idea to let women drive. Yeah, to make all these safety regulations to keep us safe from the women drivers. I don't let your mother drive, so we don't need them. Oh. That's fine. But Dad, how come if seatbelts are supposed to save lives, then why don't they put them in the back of the pickup where I sit with the dogs? Well, that's because Democrats hate children. But growing up in South Dakota, not a lot to do. Growing up in Midland, South Dakota, we like to blow shit up with fireworks like people used to do the generation before you here in Colorado, before they outlawed it. Problem was, in Midland, South Dakota, you could only get fireworks one time a year, and you had to make sure you rationed them out, and no one ever did that. July 3rd, we were out of fireworks every damn time. But here's the thing. One year, we found a big old box of what must have been M80s tucked back in the bathroom closet behind the good towels that we only used around Christmas and when guests came over. And it was weird. There was a box of them up there. Mom had been hiding fireworks. She'd lied to us again. And it was weird because they were all individually wrapped with big, long white fuses, but we didn't give a shit because it was March. We're going to blow the hell out of some G.I. Joes today. And we got in there, we twisted 3 of the fuses together, and I put Cobra Commander on top, and I'm like, get back, I'm going to light it, get back. Shh, G.I. Joe is the great American hero. Must have been a dud. Hold on. Give me another fight. Give me another one. G.I. Joe. It's just bad parenting on some level. I was like, that was a dud too. Hold on, let me see what's. Hey, why does Cobra Commander smell like a fresh spring day? Let me see that box. Fireworks. These people at Tampax make some pretty shitty firecrackers, I'll tell you that. It is a lot easier to get one up a bullfrog's ass with that Easy Glide applicator, though. I tell you, that's one of the, it's. Well, spoiler alert for you, though. He does not explode. He hop around dragging his ass for a few days, I tell you that, but it's watertight. He's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. I moved out here to Colorado. Who's native here? How many natives we got? 6 very enthusiastic folk. All right, that's about the right size. It's about the right number for room this size here. And it was tough for me. I moved out of South Dakota, wanted to give my family tree a chance to fork. And so I came out here. And it was tough for me when I first got here because I was raised a lot of different morals and values. A lot of women in Colorado were not raised with. Like, for example, I don't believe in premarital sex. But like my grandpa always used to say, he said, if you're not going to marry the girl, then technically that's not premarital sex. So give her the old... It's a little loophole in the New Testament for you there, buddy. It's the book of Philippians, I believe. It's a nice easy read.